The best players the NFL has to offer on one stage. The AFC-NFC Pro Bowl underway here in Vegas. This is Jakeem Grant. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And that to the 30. It'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position. And to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. Leading them out, it's the 3rd-year man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The AFC went for it, and it doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They start the drive with Cook. Remember last time out, they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense. How do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
So now the AFC offense here coming back out for their second drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Here we go on fourth. Herbert. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the NFC is going to get the football back in excellent field position. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. So the AFC, they won the Pro Bowl the last couple of seasons and off to another good start here.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game. How many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 AFC. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Tucker now taken away following the touchdown. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. Aaron Rodgers in the offense heading back out. He's been picked off twice in this ball game already. We'll try to sort things out here as they begin with the first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Give to Cook out of the gun. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And this returnable for Hill. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Allen's got it complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The AFC with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Herbert. Touchdown. Keenan Allen, 35 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. It was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as not to return it. Here now the NFC to take over on offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
On second down, it's Cook again. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Gay knocks this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Take it in at the 3. Back out is the AFC offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You got to stay.
And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. 19 yards for Joe Mixon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And it is gobbled up by the NFC. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Bobby Wagner of Seattle, he'll get credited for the tackle.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Herbert. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12. On the delay, it's Mixon. No gain on the play there, second down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he is going to be taken down, but a big gainer there on 4th, and the AFC going to keep the drive alive. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The AFC offense now set to start this 3rd quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Herbert. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Play action. It's Herbert staying on his feet. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. To throw, it's Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. that his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Cook up the gut. And they'll get this down to the 10.
41 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. Touchdown! Cooper Kupp from 10 yards out. And the NFC able to get a bit closer. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. The AFC offense making their way back out. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a first and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense. And
trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 26-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Rodgers now to throw.
And this one too low.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The offense for the AFC set to go now.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And down he'll go at the 25. And quickly they get to the line. On first down, it's Herbert. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. It's the AFC with the football and the lead as we begin quarter number 4. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here, Herbert. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The AFC thus far on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football, and this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive. Herbert operating from the red zone. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
Here's Taylor again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Herbert. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Mark Andrews from a yard out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
On the return from his end zone is Grant.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers.
He's got Cooper Kupp on the slant.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. Now Rodgers. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Rodgers to throw once more.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. Down the left sideline. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts.
49 yards.
And the NFC able to cut into that lead.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be secured by the AFC. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the night, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit. Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
The offense for the NFC back out there.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made. And
my goodness, another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he will score. Touchdown AFC.
Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert.
And the AFC takes advantage of the interception, and they turn it into 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will bump the